Hey friends, I just wanted to take a quick moment to ask if you could check out the Blood Donut Studios Patreon. There's no obligation, of course, but if you're a fan of what we do, you can get all kinds of fun things like Star Trek commentaries, early access to our Star Trek reviews, extra bits of fresh-faced comics, and your name in the description of every Blood Donut video. That'll all be linked below. Thank you for your time. On with the show. Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
And boy ever, did he get those shoes.
It's been a few days, I guess, since we watched that. And I'm trying to remember the exact delivery. I just remember loving Brent Spiner's delivery of that line.
Yes, that line was so good.
Brilliant. Today we're watching an episode called Time Squared.
Oh.
It's a fun little pun title. I like a pun title.
I like a pun title,
it's good stuff, yeah. I guess we're going to see what it's all about. I doubt we're going to New York.
I also doubt there's time travel.
Yeah, we're going to see what it's all about. We're going to get a post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch Time Squared. So I was kind of racking my brain about like halfway through this. That I was trying to think of past time travel Star Trek things.
Yeah.
And I think historically, if memory serves, Star Trek has always kind of posited that time travel, though possible, never really changes the future.
I can't picture any episode where that isn't the underlying thesis of it.
Yeah, because Voyage Home happens, the whales were always meant to be taken at a time and survive in the future.
Yes.
Tomorrow's Yesterday happens. The Enterprise crew is always going to return that guy back to his time period because the future was set and his children were going to do great things or whatever.
Right.
And Naked Time is the only other big one I can think of where all that happens is they're taken back a few days and nothing really changes for them. So this is the first time that I think we've done time travel in Star Trek where we actively change something because we're caught in a time loop essentially. And I suppose essentially that also makes a more accurate title Time Circle, but whatever.
Right.
So, we're in a time loop. I'm not quite sure exactly where it begins. I suppose the idea is that future Picard, at some point, experienced this event and always decided that it is best for him to sacrifice himself because going into the hole helps him survive.
Right. It's going into the time vortex will theoretically ensure that the Enterprise will always survive.
Yes. Because its destruction is always reset then. However, how I read it, and I could be wrong with this, but how I read it was that this Picard has gone through this so many times, he doesn't know why he's doing it anymore.
Right. It is at this point, if we're reading it right, it's just a repeated series of events that he will always try to fulfill.
Yes. And so, past Picard actively changes that in this loop by killing future Picard and effectively changing the future. Changing what actually happens.
Yeah, I mean, he has changed the future by the end of the episode. They escaped the time vortex.
Mm-hmm.
They never learn anything more about it.
Yeah.
And literally the past shuttlecraft, the future shuttlecraft, and the other Picard, the dead one,
they
disappear.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that timeline no longer exists.
Yeah.
That time loop has been broken.
Yeah. Interesting idea. Really interesting idea. The ending, I think, was a little underwhelming because I would have liked to have seen it fit a bit more into how I've always understood Star Trek time travel, which is that you can't actively change your own future. Which I mean, isn't always the most interesting time travel mechanic. If the future is always set, then what are you going to do? Then what is the point in telling a time travel story?
Right.
So this is interesting, but I would like to have focused on that a little more. And they also call attention to other time travel in Star Trek by doing this thing that TNG does every now and then that does slightly bother me, which is having our next generation Enterprise crew figure out something that the TOS Enterprise crew figured out in the exact same way.
And it's usually the exact same explanation. In this case, the time travel.
It's the slingshot.
The slingshot effect.
Something, yeah.
That was figured out so easily and early in TOS that they were able to reference it like the next season.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was later on that season.
Season.
Yeah. Tomorrow's Yesterday is still in season 1, which is crazy. But so they do this every now and then where they're just like, what if you did this? This and I'm like, yes, I've heard this exact explanation before in TOS, and I get not everyone will have seen TOS at the time. So I guess if you want to explain it again, sure, I guess. But surely, I don't know. They did it in Naked Now as well. where it's like, oh, well, this other crew figured this out, but they didn't ever log, I guess, the solution to it. We got to figure it out ourselves. And it's
hell, the central computer bank should know how the original crew did it. That's how they got the whales.
Yeah. I just
But I will say this: the bulk of the episode interesting.
Yes,
because it begins the great mystery piece.
Amazing ticking clock throughout it. I love the whole 6 hours thing. I loved. Just the twist of seeing Picard inside the shuttlecraft is fantastic. It's a great scene, and it creates this fantastic tension throughout the entire episode that I think really, really gripped me, and I really can't fault it for that. It's a really, really great piece throughout. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I also really enjoyed our opening scene, which had nothing to do with the rest of the had nothing to do with the rest of the episode.
I've noticed that too. Like some episodes with higher concepts occasionally have a nothing opening.
Yeah, well, like Measure of a Man happened, and like there's the poker scene at the start of that, and like I don't know, the poker scene had nothing to do with the rest of that episode, despite being a scene that focused on Data. That had no relevance on Data's arc throughout the rest of that episode.
No.
So, whatever. But we had like Riker cooking for people, and we found out a bit more about Riker. I don't think we knew before that his dad was kind of a piece of shit. That's at least what I took from that. At least.
I mean, Riker definitely like is trying to say I did not have a great childhood.
Yeah, and then he never knew his mom, which is why I thought. Usually, how writing works is when you bring up something like that at the start of your episode, usually it's going to be relevant somehow in the rest of your episode. And it just wasn't. I was like, oh, we're going to meet Riker's mom? Because we heard about the shuttlecraft that, it's all its power is out, we're going to go rescue it, whatever. We thought, oh, Riker's mom is on there, right? Because we know how, like, storytelling works.
Yeah.
But no, that didn't happen at all. But whatever. Also, I don't know if the CGI has been upgraded at all for TNG for like future releases, but like if it hasn't, the CGI in this looked phenomenal.
Right,
for
like
first time.
Like just regardless, the CGI was really good for me. Like the way how we watched the episode.
Yeah, it looked really, really great. I really loved it. So that was awesome. Overall, just a really solid episode. I enjoyed it a lot. I love seeing my little lunchbox ships.
The lunchbox ships are great.
If every episode could just be about one of the lunchbox ships, I love it. I would love to see them constantly. This has nothing to do with the fact that Galileo 7 is my favorite episode of TOS. Has absolutely nothing to do with it. I swear, has nothing to do with it. Overall, great episode. Loved it. I really. Not loved it, but just overall, just a great time.
Good time.
And again, just indicative, I think, of just the overall quality uptick in season 2 in general. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, great time. Also, O'Brien. O'Brien was here. Sorry, that was my last note. O'Brien's here. I love noting when O'Brien's here. He's here a lot anymore. Actually, he's here a lot. Anyway, I guess that about does it. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to join us next time when we continue Star Trek: The Next Generation. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.